Hello everybody and welcome to the final episode of Tournament 15. So far in this tournament we saw all 50 challengers take on the first stage, where 11 of them survived. Among those 11 were 9 competitors who cleared in Tournament 14, and they were joined by Sleepy Slayer and Gotenks. All of the competitors did well in the second stage as they all got past the spider walk. However, the metal spin did a lot of damage, taking out 4 competitors, including Z-Master, who reached the third stage in the last tournament. In the end, we still continued to see improvement over the last tournament as 6 competitors cleared the second stage. First to clear was DHC Fireball, making it back to stage 3 for a second time, and then we had both Pixel Projects and Bradley Freakin reach the third stage for the first times. We also had Gotenks return to the second stage where he continued his comeback, making it to the third stage for the first time since Tournament 12, and then Alpha Puma and Honey Unit 751 both continued their streaks, making it to the third stage and being the only 2 competitors to reach stage 3 in all 3 Xbox One tournaments. Now, they will strive to do what nobody else has done before and defeat the third stage on the Xbox One. In the last tournament, Puma got closer than anyone to that accomplishment, filling the final leap of the third stage, and now 6 competitors are hoping to do what Puma did, but take it one step further. On this stage, they will have to defeat 8 difficult obstacles in order to complete it. First up is the arm rings, and then the ball paddler. Following that is the floating boards returning from Tournament 11, and then the deadly crazy cliffhanger. So far in the Xbox One, only 3 different competitors have been able to defeat this obstacle. After that is the curtain cling, made much more difficult than when we last saw it in Tournament 13, and then we have the chain seesaw also returning from Tournament 11. That leads directly into the newest version of the vertical limit, where you cannot stop on any of the ledges, and if our competitors can defeat that, they'll move on to the pipe slider, and if they can make the final leap, they'll be able to attempt the final stage. As always, there is no time limit on this stage, so let's see if anyone can become the first to reach the final stage on the Xbox One. Starting us off on the third stage is DHC Fireball. Last time he made it here was back in Tournament 12 when he failed the crazy cliffhanger. So now he's back, trying to get some revenge. He's not been to stage 3 on the Xbox One, so let's see how he does with the arm rings. We have him through him pretty quick right now. He's down to the third one. There's a big jump right here, but he gets it over to the fourth one. Now he's onto the ball paddler. Not an easy obstacle right here. You really got to focus. Got to keep control on that ball. You want to stay behind it, maybe a little bit out to the side. Fireball seems to be rolling nice and slow right now, keeping it smooth. Fireball looking very good right now. He's through the ball paddler, now onto the floating boards. This has not been attempted since Tournament 11. Never been a difficult obstacle, though. Let's hope Fireball doesn't make a simple mistake here. He's up to the fourth one, and he skips the fifth one over to the crazy cliffhanger. Now, this is where he failed last time. He was on stage 3. He failed the first ledge, so now he's gotten further than he's ever been in a tournament. Can he make the transfer? This is a very difficult part of the obstacle. He goes for it. He's on the fourth ledge. He's safe jumping. Can he recover? Oh, he's spring jumping now. Fireball, what are you doing? Oh, he gets a short hop, and he's onto the fourth ledge of the crazy cliffhanger, and he's going right for the curtain cling. And he gets that too. 2 obstacles in 1. Nicely done by Fireball. Now he's onto the chain seesaw. Also an obstacle that has not been attempted since Tournament 11. But, oh, he barely caught the second one. It must have been lag or something, but he made it. Now he's onto the vertical limit. He is moving through this stage right now. There's no time limit. Fireball, you don't have to be going this fast. He's looking real good right now. And he's onto the pipe slider. Fireball is on the final obstacle of the third stage. This is incredible to see this so early. Fireball making a huge performance right now. He's making a statement. Now that he's back on stage 3, he is one of the top competitors now. He's been to the final obstacle. Can he make the final jump? He's lining up for it. He jumps up. Oh no, he's off the pole. Fireball messes up the last jump of the stage. He wanted to jump up into the air to get more momentum for when he jumped across because he knew how easy it was to come up short of this final jump. He wanted to make sure he was going to get it, but he didn't. He was back too far on the pole and didn't get enough traction with his feet. Just slipped right off. So close to making it to the final stage, Fireball. That's sad. Anyway, that was an outstanding performance by Fireball. Now we can move on to our second competitor taking on the third stage. Taking on the third stage for the first time in his career is the veteran Pixel Projects. This is his 9th appearance on Halo Ninja Warrior, and up until this tournament he had defeated the first stage 3 times, but failed stage 2 every time. His first appearance was all the way back in Tournament 5 when he was known as Halo Legends 6, and out of his first 3 appearances he either failed the first or second obstacle of the first stage. On his 4th appearance in Tournament 10, he put in way more practice and was able to reach the jump hang, but in Tournament 11 he was able to defeat the stage for his first time, being only one of 7 to do it in that tournament. He defeated the first stage in Tournament 12 and Tournament 14 as well, but he wasn't able to defeat it until this tournament. So now, let's see how Pixel does on his first ever time facing the third stage. We're having a good string of tournaments here of competitors facing stage 3 for the first time, so let's see how Pixel does. So far, a lot of the competitors who get to stage 3 for the first time often struggle with the crazy cliffhanger. We saw that with in Tournament 13. We saw that with Irarath and Z-Master last tournament, so let's see if Pixel can do it. Well, first he's got 3 obstacles to get through. Right now he's onto the arm rings, gets to the last one, and now he's onto the ball paddler. Oh, he is taking as much time as he can here. He wants people to know that he is on the third stage. He is very happy to be here. Now let's see how he does the ball paddler. Fireball did it just fine. We haven't seen anyone fail it since Puma in Tournament 13. Pixel is looking really good right now. He's about 3/4 of the way up the track, and he keeps getting closer. Looks like Pixel is going to do it. And yes, Pixel is through the ball paddler, now onto the floating boards. And he is loving every bit of this. He is taking his time between each obstacle, which he might as well because there's no time limit here. No need to rush. Now let's see if he can do the floating boards. There's 5 of them. Fireball managed to skip the last one though. He's jumping. He keeps going through all of them. Oh! Looked like it was going to be closed on the 4th one, but he made it. Now down to the 5th one. He's not going to skip it like Fireball did, I don't think. Nope. He goes down to the 5th one, and he's across onto the crazy cliffhanger. Can he do it? Come on, Pixel. He's swinging at the ground again. He knows that this obstacle is one of the deadliest. Now he's going. He's onto the first ledge. Gets it. Up to the second ledge. Nice. And down to the 3rd ledge. Yes, he's got it. All right, now for the transfer. This is the big moment. He goes for it. And he makes it across, but he's safe jumping. He's in risky territory now. He's going to go for the dismount. What's he going to do? Oh, he's going for the dismount. No, Pixel. He didn't jump. He just ran right off the 4th ledge. That is so rough. He made the distance across, which is always a good thing. But once you start safe jumping on that ledge, that's when you get into a really difficult position. But Pixel decided instead of trying to stick the ledge, he would just go for the dismount. But he didn't get a jump off the 4th ledge and ran right into the water. That was still a great performance by Pixel, his best one yet. But it's sad to see him go out like that. If he had just maybe gotten his jump, there's a possibility he could have done it. But that is the end of Pixel Projects for Tournament 15. Well, now that is 2 competitors down on the 3rd stage, but we still have 4 left to go. Next up, we've got someone who is finally back at the 3rd stage. We have Gotenks. This guy has been a master of the 3rd stage because he's the only competitor to reach the final stage twice in a row. However, he has never defeated the crazy cliffhanger. The 2 tournaments he beat the 3rd stage both had the ultimate cliffhanger. The 2 times he has faced the crazy cliffhanger, he failed it both times. In Tournament 9, he failed the dismount. In Tournament 12, he just failed the transfer. Now he's lining up on the armories to get this big jump across, and he nails it. Now he's over onto the ball paddler. New obstacle for Gotenks. But this guy has always been really good with rolling balls in this game, so let's see if the skills carry over here. And now he's looking really smooth. He's going pretty quick through it. Oh, gets a little bit back. Now he's going. When you go to the front of that ball, it rolls back, and he's done that a couple times now, but nothing severe. He's moving it through, and he's through the ball paddler onto the floating boards. Now, he did this back in Tournament 11. Tournament 11, he beat the 3rd stage. So let's see if he can do it again here. He's jumping up to the 3rd floating board, up to the 4th, now down to the 5th. Looking good, and Gotenks is on to the crazy cliffhanger. He has never defeated this obstacle. Can he do it now? His third time, the charm for Gotenks. He's at the third ledge now. Last time he failed this transfer across. Can he do it? He jumps up. He goes across. And, oh, he gets it. He save jumps. And he is save jumping. What's he going to do here now? This is the decision. It looks like he's so far to the edge of the obstacle. Maybe he's going to try to save it and stick the ledge. Oh, no. Gotenks. He's out again on the crazy cliffhanger. He made it across, but was save jumping. He wanted to stick the ledge. And when he committed to it, he just ran right off. You need a better technique than that if you're going to stick that ledge. That's a shame to see Gotenks for the third time fail the crazy cliffhanger. But that is just the obstacle he cannot defeat on the third stage. Our crowd clearly sad to see Gotenks fail it for a third time. And that's just really too bad. I thought he would be able to do it this time, but that wasn't the case. This crazy cliffhanger is just a very difficult obstacle. Even once you get across that fourth ledge, you still got a lot of work to do. But now let's move on to our next competitor on stage 3. Our second competitor taking on stage 3 for his first time is Bradley Freakin. In the last 4 tournaments, he reached the second stage every time, failing the balance tank twice, the double salmon ladder, and the spider walk. Surprisingly enough, Bradley cleared stage 2 for his first time while also getting the fastest time on the second stage of the tournament. He also had the fastest time on stage 1, making him only the 4th competitor in Halo Ninja Warrior history to have the fastest time on the first 2 stages in one tournament. But now, there is no time limit, so will Bradley's speed betray him, or will he take his time and possibly reach the final stage? Bradley, for sure one of the best jumpers on Halo. Let's see what he can do here. He's been waiting to show off his skill on the third stage. Now he's onto the arm rings. These first few jumps should be really easy for him, but this jump right here is a big one. Don't screw it up, Bradley. He's crouching, getting in the right spot. Yep, you look good, dude. Go for it. Come on, and he goes for it, and he makes it. Now he's through onto the ball paddler. Can he handle this? He struggled with the balance tank on stage 2 in the past. Will that affect him here on the ball paddler, though? Very difficult, different obstacle. And difficult. Yeah, it's both. Bradley staying on the side of it, looking really good. Yes, rolling it nicely, Bradley. Very good. Through the ball paddler onto the floating boards now. Is he going to do it? First pillar is blocking him, but now we can see him. He's on to the second one. Up to the third one. Goes for the fourth one. Yes. Down to the fifth one. Easy obstacle for Bradley. Now he's onto the crazy cliffhanger. This is a very difficult obstacle, as we just saw 2 competitors in a row fail it. He's up to the second rung, or ledge. It's not a rung. What are you talking about? Now he's onto the third ledge. He's going to go for the transfer here. Can he make it? He's trying to get the perfect position on that third ledge. That's smart, Bradley. Good. He goes across, and he's got it. Now he's safe jumping too. This is dangerous. What's Bradley going to do here? Is he going to try to short hop like Fireball? Or is he... Oh, he goes for it. No, Bradley is out. On the crazy cliffhanger, once again, we see that obstacle get failed. This is crazy. This obstacle is just tearing apart our competitors. 3 in a row now. All 3 made the transfer, got to the 4th ledge, but trying to get onto that 4th ledge or trying to make the dismount is so difficult. Bradley tried to short hop it just like Fireball did, but it did not work out for him. And that is a shame to see Bradley go out like that. But our next competitor has a lot to live up to on the third stage. Facing off at the third stage for his 4th time in a row is Alpha Puma. Puma first defeated stage 1 back in tournament 11 when he failed the metal spin on stage 2, but ever since then he has not let the second stage hold him back. In tournament 12, he had an amazing third stage debut when he was one of only 2 competitors to defeat the crazy cliffhanger, and he made it all the way to the hang climb before failing. In tournament 13, he had a surprisingly early exit, failing the ball paddler, but in tournament 14, he put on an outstanding performance, becoming only the 2nd competitor to ever defeat the hang climb, and then reaching the final jump of the third stage only to come up short. Now that he has gotten as close as anyone to reaching the final stage, he can now get another shot to improve over his last performance. The big question is, can Puma do it? Was the last tournament a lucky break for him? Or was it just showing how good this guy really is? Anyway, he's under the arm rings right now, down to the third one. Big jump across to the fourth one. No one seems to be having any problems with that. Now he's onto the ball paddler. He failed this in tournament 13. The only person to fail it. He spent time training on this obstacle. Does not want to repeat his mistake. The crowd is watching very intently. They are curious to see what Puma can do on this third stage. He's looking good on the ball paddler right now. Yeah, very nice. And he's through it. That means Puma's onto the floating board. New obstacle for him. Let's see how he does it. Onto the first one. Save jumps. Oh, it looks like he's going to save jump quite a few of these. Save jumping again. He really wants to get as far as he can here. Save jumps to the fourth one, down to the fifth one, and goes straight to the dismount. Now he's onto the crazy cliffhanger. He's actually never failed this obstacle, and he has cleared it twice. Let's see if he can do it here. This has been destroying our competitors. 3 people before him failed it. Puma goes for the transfer, and he's save jumping. This is where all the other 3 ended up failing. He's going for it. Oh no! He stops. He's got to go back. He screwed up his jump. He gets another chance at it. He goes for it, and yes, Puma's got the dismount on the crazy cliffhanger. Now he's onto the curtain cling. He goes for it, and no problem. The more difficult curtain cling does not seem to be screwing up either of our competitors who got there, Puma or Fireball. Now he's onto the chain seesaw. 2 very narrow jumps. Extreme precision jumps right here, but he gets the second one. Save jumps it, and he's onto the vertical Limit-Kai. He is 1 obstacle away from where he got to in the last tournament. Can he do it? He's jumping. Puma looking solid right now. He gets to the last ledge, and Puma is back on the pipe slider. 2 tournaments in a row he's made it here. Can he do it? Can he get revenge on the obstacle that took him out last time? He's looking around to the crowd now. He knows he's done something amazing here. He's back on the pipe slider again. Can he do it? He failed it last time. Come on, Puma. Make it to the final stage. He goes for it. No, Puma, he's out again on the final jump of the 3rd stage. 2 tournaments in a row now he's done this. He's come so close to the final stage. He came up short even more than last time. What happened? It looked like Puma went right for it. He didn't set up as much as he did last time, and it did not pay off. He was so close to making it. He had a good technique. He just didn't execute it properly. He didn't jump late enough. He didn't back up far enough. Oh, this is such a shock to see Puma go out like that for a second time. That is not what we were expecting. Snaz once again clearly disappointed. How did that happen? That just proves how difficult this 3rd stage is no matter what. Even if you've been there before, it's still difficult. But now it is time to move on to the last man standing in this tournament and our last hope for seeing the final stage. Once again, the last man standing on this stage is Hunter Unit 751. Making his amazing 12th appearance on Stage 3, he has now reached this stage more than almost any other competitors have even competed. He was one of 2 to reach the 3rd stage back in the 1st tournament, and became the first to defeat the Ultimate Cliffhanger in the 3rd tournament. He failed the curtain cling in Tournament 5, and then he reached the final stage for his first and only time in Tournament 6 when he ran out of time at the top of the tower. In Tournament 7, 8, and 10, Hunter failed the final obstacle of the 3rd stage, and ever since Tournament 10, he has reached the 3rd stage every time. On his last appearance, he had a surprising failure at the crazy cliffhanger, coming up short of the dismount identically to how he failed in Tournament 12. Now that the crazy cliffhanger has ended 2 of his Stage 3 runs, will it strike for a 3rd time, or can he overcome it and possibly reach the final stage once again? Here he is, the host of Ninja Warrior of Halo. This guy could be argued to be the greatest competitor on this course. Obviously, competitors like Drago Sick and Buddy Jumps were shining stars of the Xbox 360. But they're not around today to compete with Hunter. This guy has just been a machine on the first 2 stages. However, he has struggled a lot on the 3rd stage. Reasonably so, however, because the 3rd stage is ridiculously difficult. It takes a lot of skill and a lot of having a good day to make it through this stage. Now let's see if Hunter's going to have a good day. Right now he's on the ball paddler. He's at the end and he jumps out before the ball even touched the stopper. That was nice. Now he's onto the floating boards. He's attempted this obstacle in the last time it was attempted in Tournament 11. He and Gotenks both reached this obstacle. I mean, it was the second obstacle, so obviously they reached it. But yeah, now he's on to the crazy cliffhanger. He has failed this in the last tournament and 2 tournaments before that. So this has been ruining his runs recently. Let's see if he can do it today. He beat it in Tournament 13, however, but the dismount in Tournament 13 was much easier than it is now. Let's see if he can do it. He's lining up on the 3rd ledge. Come on, Hunter. You got this. He jumps up. He jumps across, and he's onto the 4th ledge. He immediately goes for the dismount, and Hunter has it. He has done the crazy cliffhanger. That obstacle will not be holding him back this tournament. Very well done, Hunter. Now he goes for the curtain clang big jump, and he's got it. He failed that back in Tournament 5. Did not fail it in Tournament 15. Now he's onto the chain seesaw. He also attempted this obstacle in Tournament 11. Familiar ground for Hunter. He goes onto the 1st pole, right to the 2nd pole, right to the dismount. Nicely done, Hunter. Now he's onto the vertical limit. And he do it. He's in the right spot on that column. Now he's just got to do these quick little save jump things here. Yep, he's jumping across. 3rd one. 4th. 5th. He's at the end. And Hunter is onto the pipes ladder. The 3rd competitor this tournament to reach the pipes ladder. Can Hunter do it? This final jump has been unbeatable so far. But Hunter is here now to get his attempt at it. He has not reached the final jump of the 3rd stage since Tournament 10. Can he do it? What's his technique going to be? Oh, he's going to line up. He's going to take his time, make sure he's in the right spot. He is very precise right now. Yes, he's like, oh, walks back a little bit. Didn't like his spot. Oh, don't get indecisive now, Hunter. You got to pick one. Pick a technique and make it work. Yes, Hunter, he goes for it. No, Hunter! He fell off the pole just like Fireball, except without even jumping. Hunter is out on the final jump. Didn't even get to attempt it. Just backed off the column, or the pole. He was trying to build up momentum so that he could run forward and get more of a jump, but he backed up too far. It's a smart technique to back up and then go forward. But if you're too far back on the initial part of that obstacle, then you're gonna fail like that. Hunter is out on the final obstacle again. That is the 4th time he has failed the final obstacle on the 3rd stage, and a shock to see him go out like that. Oh. Hunter Unit 751 once again defeated by the 3rd stage. Well, now that is 3 tournaments in a row without a final stage attempt, and the 3rd stage is still undefeated on the Xbox One. This is the biggest drought of final stage runs since the first 4 tournaments, but our competitors are getting closer. Last tournament, only 1 competitor reached the final obstacle, but we just saw 3 competitors do it, so hopefully next tournament, they can make that 1 extra step. There are many talented competitors competing now, but over the course of these 15 tournaments, we've seen many competitors rise and fall, but very few prove to be consistently skilled enough to achieve the rank of All-Star. There were 6 on the Xbox 360, but now in this new era, we must recognize those skilled enough to represent the new group of All-Stars. Those who show the most skill and determination on Halo Ninja Warrior. Now, after 3 tournaments, we can meet the first 3 Xbox One All-Stars. The first 3 competitors we expect to go all the way. One of the most determined competitors to ever face this course, Alpha Puma has come closer than anyone else to reaching the final stage on the Xbox One. With 2 impeccable performances in a row, Puma is undeniably one of the best. Despite a rough start on the Xbox One, Gotenks is one of the most dominant competitors and still the only one to reach the final stage twice in a row. Now that he's back on his feet, he will not rest until he is back on the final stage. The man who has never failed the first stage, Honda Unit 751, cannot be stopped. He was an all-star of the Xbox 360, and now after reaching the third stage 6 times in a row, he has proven to be the most consistent competitor of all time. These are the Xbox One All-Stars. There will be more All-Stars to come, but more competitors must strive to prove themselves worthy. There is a wide variety of competitors with different levels of skill, but only those who truly have the motivation to defeat the course and the abilities to do it will join these 3. Now at the end of this tournament, we can see how our competitors are increasing their abilities on this course. Despite the new, tougher first stage, 11 people still cleared, which might not be as many as Tournament 14, but more competitors still defeated Stage 2. Hopefully that trend will continue into the next tournament, which will be the final tournament on the Master Chief Collection before going to Halo 5. In the end though, this was a great tournament for some and a disappointment for others. Seeing Gotenks make a great return to the third stage after his last 2 first stage failures was very nice to see, as well as Bradley Freakin and Pixel Projects getting their first attempts at the third stage, but some other competitors were not as fortunate, like Irarath, Ice Bifle, Exhilaration, and Patty Freakin, who cleared last tournament, and Double Ump, who had been to the third stage in both of the last 2 tournaments, all of whom failed the first stage. Hopefully our competitors can learn from their mistakes and come back stronger in the next tournament, but for now that is the end of Tournament 15. I'd like to thank all 50 competitors for making this a great tournament, and let's hope the next one will be even greater. Make sure you subscribe so you can view the next tournament when it comes out, and remember that if you want to compete on the course, simply send a message to SMOKEY MASSACRE on Xbox Live. I hope you guys enjoyed this tournament, and as always, I will see you next time on Halo Ninja Warrior.